Hello! I think we are live. So I had some sound issues before I could start, but I think it's fixed. So I know that this is a spontaneous stream again, so nothing scheduled. And well, I'm in a new location. I had to move from my previous apartment, so there's stuff in the background instead of it being white. And well, today it's the day before a long weekend, and that's why I can't stream tonight. So I figured I would do a day stream since I still am on vacation technically before I start working. So, and let's see, we were doing the SkullBarrel. So I have here the high poly that we finished last time, together with the concept that we used, and here we are in Photoshop and Quixel. So I was saying that I was gonna do it in Substance Painter, but seeing as I don't know Painter and I didn't have time to even look into it, I thought, well, let's make it in Quixel, paint it as I usually do, and we will use Painter and Designer when we're doing the ArtStation challenge instead. So the ArtStation challenge had started already, and I have been so busy with other things, preparation and stuff, before I start working, that I haven't looked into it. But I have some cool concepts that I want to do. Just need to decide which one of them. So this weekend I will look into it, and I will stream at the same time when I'm looking at concept and doing mood boards and stuff. So I would do some additional streaming during the weekend instead. So, now we looked at all the different pictures we have. Let's move on then to actually make this one look similar to the actual concept. So we're gonna use metal, wood, and rope, and then cork. So I already made an ID map for this. Basically that means that Quixel knows different material slots. So for me, metal is red, the cork is orange I think, and wood is blue. Yeah, it's basically a map, and we have it up here. So if we move this to the side, you can see here that all these colors represent different slots. So we don't have that many materials, and we're just gonna use these slots. And then we're gonna paint some moss onto the wood, but we'll take that later. So, gonna move this one to the side, since we are going to look at the albedo. So it's empty now, but we're going to add basic bare metal just to have something to work with. We're gonna remove all the dirt and stuff on it because we don't need that as this is stylized. It's a shame to only have one monitor at the moment. Well, I do have two, but showing one. Okay, so it put the metal all over the place. Well, that's because we need to assign the metal to the correct ID, and that's the red one. So now it will only show metal on the areas where we actually like it to be, which is the top and yeah, the metal ring here, and the bolts and skull. We also got it here. Yeah, it looks correct. Let's see, can I show? wireframe. There we go. So the good idea with having the IDs are that this cork and the metal ring is one mesh, so we can easily mask it out. So it's basically a mask. The same with this one. You can see that the rope and the metal bolt is actually the same mesh. So they're not separate objects because it's unnecessary to have all those polygons in the back intersecting. So this is probably cheaper. So this is one mesh. This one is separate, but that's because it's just a copy of this one. But that's how the wireframe look like. Turn it off for now, since we are not going to use that. We're not getting that much details from the metal roughness and stuff like that. So I wonder how it looked like if we just turn the effect off. I mean, obviously here you will notice the difference when it's off, because you can see how this pattern here disappear. But didn't do that much in the actual object, so we'll see if it is needed or not. Move it from the gloss and we can keep that one because that's just basically a little bit of shade. Update the view. Yeah, I guess that's it. So it's fairly just a flat, solid metal now, but we're just gonna add basic stuff to all the material IDs. Let's see, do I have anything here we can use? Not really, since they are all more realistic than what we need. I just basically want to have a base, so I don't have to go in and make a solid color for everything. Let's see if they have a stylized tab here. Brown hair. Well, just need a base for the wood. Wow, it's slow now. Okay, so we will assign this brown hair to the wood, which I believe I put as blue. I will see. Indeed, it was the blue one. So now we get a lot of basic maps here, so we can go in and tinker with. So we need to go into the albedo. As you can see here, we have all the nodes it generates for us. So if we look here, we can see that we have the basic color, the mask for highlights, and so on and so forth. And we will paint on the model, but it's always nice to have a base to work with. Actually, I think that's more nice. Yeah, then we're gonna have to change the light information. Also, the wood is fairly orange, so let's change that. Maybe not that much. Now it has a bit more of the orange color, but this needs some updates. Okay, so that's how it looks like. Well, what we can do is that we either go in and paint, or we go into the mask. I'm gonna do a quick edit before we actually go in and paint in it and see if we can change the direction. So that's how it looks like now. This is the mask. And the light is going the other upside down. Okay. Let's move this one a bit so we can actually see what we're doing. So if we basically invert the mask, okay, that's not gonna work. Let's see what kind of fun stuff do we have here. Let's try a top left. Let's see what happens. We'll use this one. Okay, so now it's a little bit different, so we'll go in and make some more adjustments for it by yourself and some layers on top of that. So since it's PBR, we can just change the light condition and you'll see it shades very differently. So this one looks a little bit more soft, stylized. This one looks really harsh. Then we have this one with a little bit tinted light. This one with very bright light condition as well. Softer. And of course we can turn on headlight and just light up the whole thing. So I just want to see how the material behaves in different light conditions. Alright. Well, hello Daniel. Nice cat. Send in the chat. Okay, so we will use this as a base for the wood and make it a little bit more bright and orange, colorful and everything like that once we have all the bases. So let's add another material and we can actually try the same one, the stylized brown hair, and see what that does for the rope texture, which is basically just gonna be a bit white, purple, I guess. Let's add this for, let's see, that was the wood, metal, rope, I think. Okay, no, that was the cork actually. We do need it for the cork as well. So the cork is the yellow one and the orange ID is the rope then. It's a little bit yellow though, and that's this one. So I'm gonna lower this one for now. Just quick adjustments. See how that behaves on the model then. you go, that's the cork. Bit too bright at the moment, but we'll fix that later. And the rope then. Let's try the yellow, leather one, see what happens. That was very purple. Oh wow, okay. Not really what we are looking for. At least not for the leather. Like, not for it's skull leather, I mean for the rope. But it does get a nice gradient down here that we could probably use for the wood. The rope doesn't get a nice base, so let's save it, but just turn off the layer, and then we will check out the brown hair again for the rope or base, maybe. Let's go with the brown hair again. It seems to be doing fine as a base, so brown hair wood and brown hair metal, hair texture and everything. Okay, so that's what it's doing to the rope here. That's fine, might be a little bit dark side, but as with everything, we will fix that. Orange ID with rope. Okay, so that one adds a color splash on top of everything. Probably use that to highlight it a little bit. Let's see, it's super dark as usual. Color fill, we want it to be a little bit white purplish, I guess. Just looking through the masks to see what they are doing. Some of them are nicer than others. So for this one it's maybe a bit harsh, but can still use it. Just on lower opacity. So most of my texture procedures are just trying stuff out. Don't really have any particular way of texturing stuff every time. Though if you're working on a game you have a lot of smart filter, so you can just put that on from Quixel immediately, so you don't have to go and try stuff out like this. But since this one is fairly unique, we'll see what we can do with it. looks like on the 3D model. Very bright. So let's make it a bit darker then. Playing a bit with the gloss to see if the material we're using is having any kind of impact on it. Also with specular to see what happens. Oh, not much, I guess. So the view I'm using now is just albedo only, to see how that behaves. The color itself without anything fancy. And that's with lighting, and yeah, so you can look at different maps in here. If you still want to go and play around with the purple in the rope, I guess. But then of course a lot of it is from the light and the ambient and like, yeah, things like that. But I still, since it's stylized, want to add a little bit of that purple in there. So we're gonna lower this one and see. Bump is very harsh in the shader, so we'll lower that a bit as well. We need it at all though, because it's quite soft here. We'll have it like on 0.4 or something then, I guess. because otherwise the rope gets so dark. We can go in and remove some of the light information in the rope as well, but I like to keep some of it. This, for example, we can turn off. Okay, bit better. Then I think that was all the base material we need. We gonna go in and actually properly texture this one now then. So let's choose one area then to work with. Since we took metal first, let's play around with that one. See, maybe not that purple, but also a little bit darker. Let's see, so it is a little bit too much still. Can adjust it more later, but we will start with this, I think. We will then see if we can add some effects to the metal to make it a little bit more dirty, but all of these are very unstylized, and the only thing they have here is flat colors basically. Yeah. Well then, that means we should probably head into painting.
I see your star, you left it burning for me. Mother, I'm here. Eyes open wide, feel your heart and it's glowing. Welcome home, sweet home. I take your hand.
isn't this on the top? Oh, it is. So why?
I see your star. You left it burning for me. Mother, I'm here.
Why it doesn't want me to paint on the metal for some reason. I will look into that as well then, I guess. Wonder if I should then use paint on the wood. Okay, so it's a little bit small. Yeah, there we go. So we can always lower the layer in Photoshop later. So we can paint on it like this. I usually tend to use paint in Photoshop instead of on this, since I feel I have more control, and then used to adjustments on the model. So I think I would do that instead of sitting here painting on the model. Just use small details in. Let's move it here. This one here. Then use paint directly in it. And for that we're gonna use I think this one, let's see. Was it this one? No, it's this one. Okay, so let's create a new layer, turn the canvas a bit around, and so this is basically the UV shell here is kind of straight meeting up, so we probably won't have any issues with the seams, which means that we can paint on it immediately. So we'll lighten this area up a bit. Can add a mask and remove a little bit of it in between the planks. So we're just adding some fake highlight since it's stylized. When we're doing this on the metal later on, we can use it as a mask to put in some more extra light information in the specular and gloss. Oh, I totally missed the chat again. Hello, I'm a winner chicken dinner. I'm not sure when you wrote it, but nice to see you again. Anyone watching is more than welcome to ask questions, since I don't really know what to say sometimes, so it might be quiet. But just let me know if there is something you want me to explain what I'm doing. But it's pretty straightforward right now, I'm just painting, so. I'm slightly disappointed in my cat. It's in the sofa over there, but it's not disturbing me as I thought it would. I mean, it's been disturbing me the whole freaking day yesterday when I was working, and now it would actually be nice to have it here so I can pet it when I'm working, but then it's not here. What? Oh, come on. Update. Is it because it's... Oh, it's because it's in paint mode still. I don't want to paint course it always resets all the settings. Okay. Let's move this one here again then. Now it's updated at least. If I switch to Quixel, yeah, I usually like work in only Photoshop, then make the scenes, patch up the scenes in Mudbox. Very weird method in general. Because I don't know Painter, and I was looking into Painter this morning. I was like, well, it can't be too hard, right? Opened like a tutorial, the interface, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna need a little bit more time than 15 minutes to know how to navigate in this program. So I basically gave up on streaming that today, since I overestimated a bit like my ability to navigate in the program. No, I don't know Painter. We didn't use it at Guerrilla Games and not at Fast Travel, the other company I switched to. So, like, all the textures I always do just in Photoshop. So, the things I did for Horizon as well, it's, yeah, just in Photoshop. So, but that's why I also want to learn Painter, because I know it's a good tool. Just that I can't use it. I wonder if it's slow on updating the canvas, because this one is running. Okay, so minimizing doesn't really help. Alright. I notice it's a little bit laggy working in Photoshop. I wonder what the computer is doing. Shouldn't be though. If anyone wondering what music there is in the background, if you actually do hear it, I'm not sure. It's from Bastion. One of the games that actually made me really like hand-painted stuff, because it's so pretty. So here I am sitting in the dark. It's super dark in my room because I have a window behind me. So I had to close all the curtains. But I know that it's like 23 or 24 degree outside, and that's pretty warm for being in May in Sweden. And I decided to sit inside. I wonder what I'm doing with my life sometimes. Should go out and bask in the sun while it's there before it disappears again. It's been really shitty weather up to, I think, this week. So hopefully it stays, but knowing May, like April and May in Sweden is usually like, oh, now it's warm, and then suddenly it's like a snowstorm around the corner. So I'm just putting in some basic highlights, then we can always go and amplify them with the layers later on by duplicating them or adding on top of them and stuff like that. But you gotta start somewhere, so okay. And basically I tried to put in some yellow here, but that worked horribly because it was lagging a bit. just trying some stuff out with layers now. See what that gives us. Let's see, what did you write? I like the art style used in Fable Legends. It's similar to what you do now in between Handpaid and PBR. Too bad they killed him. Oh yeah. Oh my god. The Fable series. It's one of my favorite games. Or like game series, like RPG in general. So I was really sad when they cancelled it. I really had hoped that they would, because we were almost done. At least it seemed to be when they talked to the developers. But I'm glad at least that the artists could put out their things on ArtStation and their portfolios, so it didn't go completely to waste. But I really love that art style as well. Though I think this is a little bit more stylized than their stuff. I'm not really 100% sure. I can't really recall it, how it looks like in my memory. Hello Aslan, finally here. Oh, you were out at lunch. Yeah, of course you need to eat as well, so... What did you eat? I'm actually pretty hungry myself now. I'm gonna eat after the stream.
Dig my hole, you build a wall. I dig my hole, you build a wall. One day that wall is gonna fall. Gonna build that city on a hill.
Sticky keys? Oh my god, really? Well, it's a new computer, so sometimes I realize that there's some stuff that haven't changed yet. Maybe adding gradient map from the layer would work nice. Yeah, I think I would do that to get this darker reddish tint. But I really want to have some of the yellowish color in here. I know it's still part of the light because here it's dark, but a little bit at least. And I'm thinking about trying to render this in toolbag later on, so I can actually add point lights and stuff, because I never rendered stuff in the 3DO application. Wow, now it doesn't even want to open. But I'm pretty sure you can't add light in here, like put out your own small little point lights. Got all pixelated now as well. There we go. Solid. Drop back. That's why I also changed it to just dark color. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the light. I'm pretty sure you can't add like lights, so you can like tint it and so on here. I only found this light spin. general, I'm not too keen about how Quixel works. Let's put it here. Alright, doesn't want to go smaller. No, but most of these things are light information, so just put out a base for it to stand on. Some reddish in here. I'm basically just removing from the yellow because it was already quite red underneath, so painting with the layer. A more reddish tone here as well. Now it's so dark I can't see my keyboard anymore. I need to put on... Whoa, some light. Oh my god, my eyes. You ate Swedish buffet? Mostly fish, rest was pork. Aw. No vegetarian stuff?
This microphone smells funny. I just realized I haven't eaten in weeks. I dropped the page.
That one.
We didn't get this far yet. Blah, blah, blah. Gotta say something. Damnation, what am I supposed to say? I get the feeling I'm supposed to say something here. You find an old boot? Plant it. You find a rusty old pocket watch? Plant it. Find a copy of Terminator 2 on Laserdisc?
What?
Plant it.
Okay.
You find a pair of socks? Plant it.
Change track.
Find a Milli Vanilli cassette tape? Plant it.
I think this is the last Bastion soundtrack in the playlist, so we need something else. And since we talked about Fable, we will start listening to Fable, I think. Because I really like that game, so why not?
I dig my hole, you build a wall. I dig my hole, you build a wall. One day that wall is gonna fall.
It's a little bit too light, but still like the effect it gave. What is this mask? This one is dark.
Come build that wall up to the sky. Come build that wall up to
Wonder if
the
I can use this one and invert it for the shadows. Or perhaps this one maybe is better.
Come build that wall until it's done. Come build that wall until it's done. But now you got nowhere to run. So build that wall and build it strong, 'cause we'll be there before too long.
Alright.
I dig my hole, you build a wall. I dig my hole, you build a wall. One day that wall is gonna fall. Come build that city on a hill. Come build that city on a hill. Someday those tears
Should I
are
go with
gonna
multiply
spill.
anyway?
So build that wall and build it strong, 'cause we'll be there before too long. Come build that wall up to the sky. Come build that wall up to the sky.
And then we should probably
Someday
also
your bird is gonna
only
fly.
use it for the wood and not the whole thing. So just gonna cut this out. Ah, worst cutting ever. Let's see. So it looked like this. We added some yellow, we added some orangey, and then we added this one. We should probably put the highlights on top. No, never mind. And amplify some of them later on instead. Then we have this part, and we should make it a bit darker here, especially up here. Here we go. I think that's an okay addition. Then we will continue working on that once we actually completed some of the other things. can continue on the wood up here since we already have the wood. Oh, the music stopped, so let's change it to Fable. Fable Anniversary full soundtrack. Why not? I like the way you handle the color transition. The wood looks well oils with a nice dark tint. Oh, thank you. Regarding oil, I like to give oil filter to the main layer design. To make art more soft even to normal art. Oil filter. When you say oil filter, is that... You mean up here? Or something in Quixel? Top menu filter, stylized oil. Okay. On the normal map, you say? I guess we need, like, to have everything there. Top menu stylized. Okay. Oil paint. Oh wow, what is that? Is there any particular number it should be on? Lighting. Huh, okay. I'm just playing with the settings a bit, see if something happens. Drag the last two sliders to left. Last two sliders to the left. Oh, okay. Uncheck the last two sliders. Wait, this one as well. Uncheck lighting. Okay, stylization 4 and cleanliness. No! Damn it. Let's redo it. I think I accidentally applied it before. Okay. This was supposed to be 2. There we go. Let's see what happened with this one then. Okay, so it smooths some stuff out a little bit. Yeah. Okay, I can see what happened. Alright. Okay, I see. That is a good tip, actually. What does it do with the albedo then? I wanna know. Is it the same settings? With stronger stylization? Affects color map a lot better. Why I said oil filter, I hate the paper look of model because of normal up. Ah, okay. I'll try the same setting and see what happens. Okay. Yeah, I can see why this is useful. But it feels like something you can do like as a last thing, right? And not immediately. At least it feels like something you add like just before, like you do level adjustments and stuff. Just before you feel like you're done. It can serve as a base too. Oh, okay. Yeah, I like it. I think I will maybe use it as like just now and then. I guess when I start to feel like done with an area, I want to smooth it out a little bit and stuff. The normal map I liked, so yeah, I will keep that. Oh, that reminds me. I have not saved once. Now it's saved. Good thing it didn't crash before. I was already completely yellow, that's why. Okay, so go and remove some of that here. That was a very long song. When I think about it, like, they have good music in Fable, but it's very hard to know which ones are good, because most of them are quite dark. That's Fable 3 soundtrack. same there. Well, let me know if you have any suggestions of other music. Let's see. It also cleans normal map artifacts. Yeah, I saw that. That's very handy. If you use that oil pen filter for when you make your realistic art, when you let lighting on, you can give saturation to it to make it more realistic. No, striations. Oh, okay. You can change direction of striations. Okay. Yeah, the grainy thing there. That was before we actually removed it. That's cool. I will try it for the realistic ones as well. I usually use photo bash stuff, so remove all light information and then photo bash them together. But that's a very cool filter. I haven't tried it out that much, so like filters in general in Photoshop. There's so many features in all the programs that I don't know where to start somewhere. Just use the basic ones that you're comfortable with. Like Zbrush then. Oh, you mean the grainy. Yeah. It's a bit similar, yeah. see how that looks like then. We'll add a little bit more darkness around here, I think. We have a big, giant bolt there that we should probably ground a little bit in the texture. That's just for seeing where it's positioned. Not really gonna use that. Okay, it's basically... yeah, okay. It's a little bit darker there. It's not too noticeable, which is good, but just a little darker spot. There we go. Should probably go back a little bit on the yellow here. This is a little bit too dark, so I'm gonna lighten it up a little bit more. Alright, that's pretty much the wood for now. Gonna do some minor tweaks to the cork as well. That's the wood, that's the cork, okay. Okay, we should probably then do some more tweaks to do the same, to ground it and so on in the metal. So Just add a solid color. Not sure how dark we should make it, so just watch and see. And that feels obviously a bit too dark. Maybe we should put the gradient a bit higher up as well. We have a small seam here, but we will paint onto the model later on to fix that. Okay, so now we have a better gradient going on there. Then we should have a look at this one. No, we don't want to go in and add that way. So we don't want to go in and like add a lot of shadows in these holes. We just want to make sure that we can add to the highlight that we're going to put around them. So by grounding a shadow next to it, the highlight pops a little bit more. I'm noticing that my Photoshop is a little bit laggy. wrote a tip about metal as well. You use the metal mask to mask the metal parts. Add on normal map. With the mask selection, you go to filter, filter gallery, texture, grain, decay. Then while still with selection, go to filter, sharpen, sharpen OK. This will make the light hit nice on the metal and get a nice look. Maybe not really what you look for, but it's really good trick for metal. Oh, okay. Wow, that sounds interesting. Not sure what it's gonna give as an effect more than, as you said, the light hit nice on the metal and get a nice look. Yeah, it might be because of the post-process effect in viewer. That is true. Oh, hi Chrome One, welcome. As Aslan said, I'm just echoing what he said. Yeah, well, let's turn it off and see if it's better. It's still lagging out behind a bit. But it might also be OBS Studio or something. Quixel in general, actually, tends to be laggy. So I don't think I will have time to work so much longer actually, because I'm gonna catch a boat soon. So I'm gonna paint a little bit more on the cork, and then I'm unfortunately gonna have to end the stream. So there's not gonna be any stream tonight, but I will be streaming during the weekend for the ArtStation challenge, the Wild West one. So I'm gonna decide on a concept and then set up a block out and then reel and so on and so forth. So basically I will probably continue streaming and working on this whenever I feel like I need a break from the ArtStation challenge, because that one is gonna run for 2 months. It's already been a week. I didn't start on it yet. I started looking on concepts though, and I'm most likely going to make a Native American environment and not like a town's environment, because I really want to work a lot with cloth. I think that would be fun and challenging to make modular cloth pieces for tents and so on. So we just need to settle on a concept I really want to make. So then I'm gonna make a breakdown and start the block out during this weekend. So I thought I might as well stream during that time, so I get some company when I'm working. And the goal, for me at least, with that challenge is to make a whole environment, of course. But another goal of mine is to learn some new tools. So I only worked with Unreal before the new engine when it was UDK, and then I tried it out a little bit when they first released it. So I want to learn more about that engine, and then I also want to work a bit in Marvelous because I only had the chance to try it out briefly together with Zbrush, and of course I'm gonna use some Designer and then also learn Painter. So for me this is mostly to learn some new tools that I'm not used to. Okay, so the cork is kind of fine. I want to work a bit more on this part, but I will save that for later. Then the most eyesore part is the metal, that is just flat metal at this point. So that needs a lot more work. And then we're gonna make the glowy eyes and also the moss. Oh wow, I missed a lot of text in the chat. Is this for Dota 2? No, it's just a stylized look, I would say. I did do a stream on a weapon before that was for Dota 2, but not this one. This is just for fun, to make something stylized, to sculpt and so on, and Zbrush. Hello Gome70 and welcome. Yeah, as Aslan said, this is about to end as I need to catch a boat, but all my videos about how I sculpted this and so on is actually in the archive. If the challenge ended, no, not the Wild West one, that actually the 3D category started, let's see, yeah, 2 weeks ago roughly. The last of April the 2D category ended, so basically what we can do now as 3D artists is to choose a concept from the concept art category and then model that concept. But you don't have to, you can actually make your own concept as well. It's just nicer if you can choose one, because then you have something to work from. But you can't choose a concept anywhere else outside of that competition unless you make your own. That's one of the competition rules. So they had 2 months, I think, with character and environment and so on, and then the 3D art have 2 months for environment or character. So I'm gonna do environment. And, I found some of the concepts there. I think it's cool. It's just that they're not really what I want to do. So I'm gonna see if there is some rules about mixing the concepts there, but we'll see. So basically what I'm gonna do is to stream how I make that whole environment these coming like 2.5 months. No, wait, 2 months. Yeah, it's 1.5 more. And then we'll see how far I get. So, yeah, starting next week, the Wednesday stream is gonna be at 8 to 11 as usual. It's just like these 2 weeks when it's been so many vacation days that I haven't been able to do that. So this Friday, Saturday, I will be doing some stream, and then on Wednesday again as usual, and then it's probably gonna be just spontaneous now and then. So we'll see what happens. It's gonna be fun and challenging. But anyway, guys, if you're interested, join my Discord channel. I post stuff there, and everyone is welcome to post for feedback and just sharing your things. The Discord channel is down below in yeah, the channel, so you can just browse there if you want to check that out, or my art station or anything. And with that, I'm gonna pop off, and you guys have a great day, and I will see you in yeah, on Friday. Bye bye.